Hey everyone, welcome to today's show. I'm your old friend, Li Muyang. On March 18th, there was an accident on the Beijing-Harbin high-speed rail section. The train car got punched through, the power went out completely, and the train got stuck in a tunnel. Passengers were terrified. But what exactly happened? What punched through the car? The Beijing Railway Bureau won't say a word about it. That evening, March 18th, high-speed train G178 stopped suddenly in Chengde area, Hebei province. Power cut out, everything went dark, and hundreds of passengers were stuck in the middle of nowhere for almost 4 hours before they got moved to other trains. No one got hurt. This kind of thing isn't super rare, but what really got people talking is one question that still has no answer. What was this foreign object exactly? The official report says contact wire, the power line above the train, failed because a foreign object fell on it. That explains what happened, but not why. They don't say where the object came from, what it was, or if it damaged anything badly. The info just stops there, and that's where the discussion starts. One side says it's normal. Contact wire problems happen on railways sometimes. The object could be plastic sheets, tree branches, or ice buildup. It causes a short circuit, and the train loses power and stops. The other side has a more shocking story. On social media, some independent accounts posted pictures showing parts of the equipment that looked torn or punched through. People started saying it was pierced or hit from outside. Nothing is proven, and there's no clear denial from officials. So far, officials haven't told the public what the object really was, if it was an outside hit, or how much damage there was. Railway teams are fixing it and investigating. After the news spread, people online went crazy with comments. Some think clearly. China's high-speed rail grew too fast in the last 10 years. Engineering quality and maintenance issues are starting to show up. This might just be the tip of the iceberg for bigger hidden problems. Others question maintenance. High-speed rail has been around for 10 years and already has maintenance failures. This is just the beginning. People who look at tech details ask, what kind of object could stop the train for so long? Are they checking the contact wires often enough? Some go wild. Was it a hard object from outside, like missile pieces or something? Comments go from smart analysis and real questions to angry feelings and jokes. It shows people care a lot about high-speed rail safety, open information, and quality control. China now has over 45,000 kilometers of high-speed rail, the fastest in the world. But lately, there are more and more problems with contact wires, tracks, and old equipment. People start wondering if going fast means they forgot safe and steady. Some see this as a classic example of problems from building too fast for too long. They call for better daily checks, stronger equipment, and smart monitoring. If you care about China's economy, please subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss future shows. The boss of Donglai supermarket in Henan, Donglai, recently shocked everyone by giving out 4 billion RMB in bonuses to his workers. People say he did it because he didn't want the Henan government, run by the CCP, to take the money. You gave regular workers hundreds of thousands each, and store managers got up to 20 million. This made CCP officials really mad. You knows officials well, and rumors say he already wrote his will because he fears punishment. Donglai recently posted on social media about giving away 4 billion in assets and his 30 years of business ideas. He started in 1995 with 300,000 RMB in debt. Now he gives almost half the company's assets to employees and most profits, 70–80%, to the team every year. He says the real secret to a long-lasting business isn't tight control. It's making workers feel hopeful and respected. But online leaks paint a very different picture. Henan and Zhengzhou top officials personally invited Donglai to open its first store in Zhengzhou. The plan was for the government to build a big shopping square and rent it to Donglai. Midway through, the government suddenly said they had no money and told Donglai to pay for it themselves, about 4 billion RMB. They knew Donglai had about 4.1 billion in cash, so people call this a custom-made grab for money. The Zhengzhou store was supposed to open before New Year's 2026, then delayed to May Day. And on March 13th, you said it would be October. Delays keep happening, which people see as proof of ongoing fights between both sides. Canadian-Chinese writer Sheng Shui posted on X on March 18th, quoting sources from inside China with details. She says Yu gave away the assets to protect himself. According to Sheng Shui's sources, Zhengzhou government asked Yu to donate the money to build a city center square in Zhengzhou. Yu has dealt with officials for years and knows how corrupt they can be, so he gave the money straight to employees to block the government from getting any. Sheng Shui stresses Yu wrote a will, like last words before death, not just a property testament. This detail is scary. Sources say Yu thinks he's in danger and might get punished or even killed. Sheng Shui also says this year's CCTV March 15 consumer show attacked Donglai's product quality on purpose as the first step to ruin his reputation. Right before that show, a reviewer posted a video saying eggs from Donglai in Shucheng had too much artificial color, canthaxanthin. It went viral. The next day, Shucheng market regulators started an official investigation. Donglai eggs have too much artificial color hit #1 on hot searches. Donglai replied, "The reviewer used the wrong standard. China's national egg safety rules don't set a limit for that color. If there's a real problem, they'll take responsibility. If not, they'll sue to protect themselves. All these events line up perfectly, and people are shocked." Famous commentator Li Chengpeng posted on X, "Every Chinese businessman who gets rich has ties to the party state. Donglai is giving away his wealth to fight off officials who want it. His ending might not be good." He named examples like Jack Ma, Yu Minhong, Sun Daowu, and Xu Jiayan, and warned businessmen, if you can, run away before they block you. Sheng Shui compared it to Sun Daowu, a Beijing farm businessman. He was proud of running his own school and refusing loans, but got arrested for illegal public deposits, and his company was taken over. She warns, if you can't leave China or things don't change, the result could be very bad. Since around 2021, Yu has done things like big employee bonuses, shorter work hours, and unhappy leave days. People call Donglai a model for Chinese retail. Big names like Jack Ma and Lei Jun visited to learn. In February this year, Yu said he'd retire after New Year and become an advisor. People used to call the 4 billion plan a will. Sheng Shui's leak makes the dark view seem real. Yu once said publicly, "I knew this would happen 20 years ago." He warned other businessmen, "If you don't give away money, you'll die anyway." Sheng Shui says local governments in China have huge debts and holes in money that you can't even imagine. Now they target private companies. Xi Jinping hates private business, so local officials know and want to skin entrepreneurs alive and eat their meat. Since 2020, the CCP used national security and anti-monopoly excuses to crack down on internet companies. Tencent, Alibaba, and others got fined huge amounts or forced talks. The crackdown spread to more industries. This scared the market. By 2021, Chinese tech companies lost $1.5 trillion USD in value. Founders like Lu Changdong, Zhang Yiming, Huang Zhong, and Jack Ma left their top jobs. The CCP kept talking about common prosperity. In September 2021, after Alibaba got fined $18.2 billion, they said they'd put $100 billion into common prosperity. Tencent, Meituan, ByteDance, and others voluntarily donated too. According to Hurun's 2022 charity list, 49 Chinese businessmen gave $72.8 billion in 1 year. China expert Feng Chongyi from Sydney Tech University says the CCP treasury is empty. The central government has no money, so they shout anti-monopoly to grab private money and make it state property. Since 2024, places like Chongqing set up sell everything to pay debt teams from finance, state assets, tax, and audit departments to sell state stuff fast. Non-tax income, fees and fines is going way up nationwide. In this big squeeze on money, the Donglai story got huge attention at home and abroad. People think it's not just Donglai. The government is after every private company with cash. After a WeChat article, "The big collapse is coming," spread like crazy. Another one called "Breaking News. The party has officially announced collapse" went viral on overseas X. On March 16th, X user Wen Rui posted, "Breaking news. The party has officially announced collapse." The writer says everything is changing super fast this year. Shocks keep coming and people are stunned. Chinese society under CCP rule is in extreme shaking. Sometimes so bad even the CCP can't hide it. The writer says they saw shocking news. The CCP has admitted collapse. But this is only the start. The National Bureau of Statistics released February 2026 data for 70 big and medium cities' home prices. Second-hand home prices, the best sign of real market, collapsed completely. Every one of the 70 cities dropped year over year. Even Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen dropped. First-tier cities fell 7.6% year over year. The writer stresses, this is official stats from the National Bureau. The real collapse is way worse than what they admit. They can't even fake the numbers anymore. They also point out the finance ministry just improved subsidies for personal consumer loans. Banks can't lend money out. People won't spend. So the party pays a tiny interest to push people into debt. Are we idiots? If a friend says, borrow big from the bank, I'll help pay a bit of interest. Would you cut ties? Looking back at real estate, the collapse can't be stopped. Then steel, glass, cement, appliances, decoration, property management all crash together. Land sales money dries up, leading to bigger crises. This year will be tough, but it will be the best year in the next 10. The writer ends. Without getting rid of the CCP, nothing gets fixed. Before that, a WeChat article spread fast in friend circles but got blocked everywhere. It said what many feel, our country isn't having problems in one place or one industry. It's the biggest full system failure since 1949. The whole country is heading into huge chaos. It says, a super weak state council and super strong party center cause political shaking. Cleaning the military and preparing for war non-stop make the army shake more. Economy bad, high unemployment, unfair courts, stupid politics. People's minds are close to breaking. The shaking in politics, economy, and military shows the CCP government's control is failing fast. The country is out of control in crazy times. The crazy part is their basic ruling logic. They lie and demand trust. Block roads, then study how to open them. Make people poor, then study how to make them spend. Break companies, then shout about jobs. Scare away investors, then brag about attracting business. Arrest businessmen, then talk about better business environment. You can't hide fire in paper. When people lose all trust in the government, they lose the people's hearts. That's when big change comes. On March 17th, commentator New Highland wrote, all the old advantages are gone. Where does China go? A picture spread showing big earthquake in real estate. The 5 tigers of South China are all wiped out. Big companies like Evergrande, Country Garden, Agile, R&F, and Hobson Development, all in deep trouble. They used crazy borrowing to grow fast, bought Wanda hotels and 3rd, 4th tier tourism projects, and now everything is negative assets. In just 5 years, from boom to desperate survival, the debt bubble bit back hard. The writer says, it's not just China. Countries still sticking to socialism and fighting their people are falling the same way. Rigid systems, using up resources, people angry, heading to unstoppable decline. China's economy has used up all the old advantages. What's left? Polluted environment, vaccine problems everywhere, bad population balance, no energy inside, bad outside relations. Old ways, high debt, big building projects, export boom are finished. If you like our content, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. See you next time.